Mr. President, I rise to speak on behalf of my friend, my colleague, Senator Daniel Akaka, who's set to retire after 22 years of dedicated service in the United States Senate. He has been a personal friend to me. He has been a personal friend to my family, to my parents. He and his wife, Millie, a wonderful, beautiful woman, have been leaders on behalf of the people of Hawaii and have long been friends and partners to the people of Alaska. Senator Akaka has served our nation in the great state of Hawaii honorably for nearly 70 years. That is an incredible contribution. His service began in 1943, immediately following his graduation from the Kamehameha School for Boys in Honolulu. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor had taken place a year earlier, only 5 miles from his dormitory steps. And in the hours immediately following that attack, Senator Akaka, who was a 17-year-old ROTC cadet, helped his classmates search for paratroopers in the fields above his school grounds. And like so many others of his generation, Senator Akaka answered the call of duty, joined the U.S. Army first with the Corps of Engineers as a mechanic and a welder, and later as a non-commissioned officer. In 1952, Senator Akaka used the GI Bill to earn his degree in education from the University of Hawaii and began his lifelong dedication to our nation's students, first as a teacher, then as a principal at a high school in Honolulu, and later with the State Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. Senator Akaka was first elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1976 and then went on to win 6 more elections. It was clearly evident to the people of Hawaii and within that 2nd congressional district that they valued his passion and his dedication for the office. In 1990, after the death of Senator Spark Matsunaga, Senator Akaka was appointed and then subsequently elected to the seat in the U.S. Senate that he has held for 22 years now. Senator Akaka's fortitude, his determination have not waned in these 70 years. As the first Native Hawaiian ever to serve in the Senate and the only indigenous person currently serving in the Senate, he is a proven champion for American Indians, Alaska Natives, and Native Hawaiians. It was just in October of this year that Senator Akaka came to Alaska, and he was honored by the Alaska Federation of Natives with the Denali Award. And this award is presented to an individual who is not of Alaska Native descent, but it's presented to an individual for their contributions to the growth and development of the Alaska Native community, to the culture, the economy, and the health. And Senator Akaka has done that repeatedly over the years. The efforts that he has worked on, whether it is bigger initiatives or whether it is to ensure that the people in King Cove have access to an airport so that their lives aren't threatened in a medical emergency, they can get out. Senator Akaka has stepped up to help ensure that the people of Alaska are cared for. It has truly been a pleasure to work with Senator Akaka over these past 10 years on the Senate Indian Affairs Committee. The chairmanship that you have administered has been admired. It's been appreciated by all of those of us who are on that committee. Senator Akaka's leadership, wisdom, and grasp of issues have helped us work together towards many visions and goals that we share. The Save Native Women Act. This is a bill to help protect Native women and children across our 565 federally recognized tribes. This was largely incorporated into the Senate version of the 2012 Violence Against Women Act. We need to make sure that that legislation passes and ensure that, again, as we think about the statistics that so many of our Native peoples face, that we are making appropriate gains and strides to help address them. And Chairman Akaka worked with us on that. We fought to ensure the preservation of Native languages, not only in our communities, but within our classrooms. And as I mentioned, I have long supported the concept that Senator Akaka have championed with regards to federal recognition of Native Hawaiians. But Senator Akaka is also special to two other constituencies, our federal employees and our veterans. He is one of this body's leading experts on some of the more arcane laws that apply to federal civil service. Alaska's federal employees clearly appreciate his leadership on the Non-Foreign AREA Act, which made them eligible for locality pay that counts towards retirement. This is an issue in my state that took some time to negotiate and to move through, but the federal employees in Alaska, as they are seeing the benefits of that locality pay, owe thanks and gratitude to the work of Senator Akaka. And of course, he knows well the laws that govern the U.S. Postal Service, probably as well as anyone in this body here. During Senator Akaka's tenure as chairman of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee, this body has made great progress in ensuring that the VA had a budget commensurate with its needs. Senator Akaka's contributions to ensuring that post-9/11 veterans had access to critically needed health and education resources will endure. As neighbors in the Pacific, Alaska and Hawaii have always shared a very special bond, not only because of our geography, not only because of our time differences. Every time I endure a 12-hour flight across country to go home that is 4 time zones away, I'm reminded that Senator Akaka takes him a couple hours more and 1 time zone more for him to get home. So it's not only our geography that binds us, but we have many other similarities. Our indigenous peoples, the relative youth of our states, our unique landscapes. And for years, our delegations have worked together across the aisle for the good of our people. Senator Akaka's bipartisan approach, his willingness to work towards success, will be missed by myself and so many of our colleagues. And of course, I don't think Senator Akaka would call it bipartisanship. He would call it aloha. We work in the aloha spirit. And with that, I would like to tell my friend and my colleague, mahalo. From the bottom of my heart, mahalo. I'm going to miss you, Senator Akaka. I'm going to miss your wife, Millie, your entire extended family. But as you return home to your beloved Hawaii, know that you have left an impression on so many. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I thank you and I yield the floor, and I do suggest the absence of a quorum.